That was this one. Alex, you're back up on that table with Steve Harden's break. And then Schneider, you'll be up next to your break.
Yeah.
When you're up and you're playing it, you're happy.
Yeah.
Guys.
I'll leave it the same to keep going.
Yeah. I didn't realise you had subs, mate. I'm a sub was only playing this person and that person.
It's not really a sub.
So long as you're not the sub, it doesn't matter.
I am, but it doesn't matter. Cheers, my guys.
Yeah. One, two.
What about Schneider and Andrew?
Sorry, guys.
single one from there.
Change of adjudicator. No, Schneider is I've got it.
Okay, I think we're on. Here we go. Sorry for being a bit late there, guys. For anyone that's currently viewing. We have myself, Marchie, and Brandon here commentating tonight. How you going, Brandon?
Yeah, I'm going good.
All right, we've got to be a little bit gentle on Brandon. It's his first time coming in. He's a little bit reluctant, but, you know, the salesman that I am, I convinced him to do it.
Yep, I was bloody terrified.
So everyone probably be more aware of it than I am right now, that we have the Assassins versus the Jets. I think there might be a few people that are a bit fatigued after the Kalgoorlie competition that was on the Easter weekend.
Doesn't have Schneider stopped. He was running around the table.
So we have Andrew Patton and Schneider are currently sitting on the left side. Saturn's off to a bit of an early start. I think it's really good getting the opportunity for the some of the lower on the ladder teams, because it really gets to show that Super League, like the type of level it is. Like, you can be in the lower part of the ladder, but it doesn't mean that you're not as good of a team. Like, it's such a competitive league at the moment that it's all just about that consistency.
It's absolutely. All the players are all skilled players. They're all experienced. They've been doing this for years.
That's it. And it's just a lot of it comes down to who gels better. You know, the Jets get very close each time. They're versing some of the top teams and taking it right to them. And you know, those teams, it's not an easy win. You know, they've got to sit there and really dig deep and get over the line. And it's the same thing with the Assassins. Same sort of boat that they're in. Again, they're always taking it right to the teams at the top, and making sure they're pushing them, and no one feels that it's a guaranteed win versus any of them.
Oh yeah, definitely 100%. So far, from what I've seen tonight too, it's been very slow strategical frames.
Oh, yep. Yeah, both of them don't want to give an inch.
Nah, not at all.
And I guess the type of players that you got in both teams, like they are a bit more of a tactical side. Both of these sides will. Chris Herbert's quite an attacking player in the Jets. You know, Christian's quite an attacking player in the Assassins. Alex is quite an attacking player at the Jets. Andrew Patton's a very attacking player. And Daniel King's quite an attacking player. But you'll find that they're all starting to really, like, they want to get some wins on the board. Everyone's still got a bit of a chance to try and get it. There's still another 3 rounds of the comp left. 2 rounds of the comp left. So, you know, if they can start getting some wins on the board, we saw it last season with Sonny's team, the Vultures. You know, they had a run to try and get into the finals, that the Pool Sharks ended up having to make sure that they got the win and get themselves over the line. So that was quite an interesting run actually from the Vultures. So both of these teams are more than capable to do that and start getting frames and start winning matches. All they've got to do is have that belief and, you know, look out the top teams. You know, these guys will shake it up a bit.
Oh, absolutely.
So, you know, Schneider on yellows here. It's a bit hard one because you've got a couple of balls that are a bit more difficult. Oh, sorry, he's on reds. I thought I just saw Andrew Patton play.
I thought I saw him play red dogs. Must have just not been paying attention.
Oh, okay, cool. So, a little bit confused there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to try and bring up the chat, live chat. So if anyone else have any comments or anything, feel free. We've got the live chat now up. Feel free to ask any questions. I'll make sure that Brandon answers them.
Oh, I answer them, eh?
That's quite a good shot by Schneider. Just needs to drop this one in confidently. And he can be quite confident, because if you look at the way that he literally just has to make sure he gets the pot, even if it's over the pocket. It's still quite tough for Andrew Patton to get back into it. So, with that ball, like realistically, he's got 2 dead balls.
Yeah.
Oh, he really needed to try and leave that in or over.
I thought he would have played that softer.
That's it. Yeah, it's just a little bit. I don't know if it's a bit more nerves or a bit more aggressive cueing, like just didn't want to be on the rail.
Not only that, but he's also playing over the table and stretching.
Like he's still, you would back him here to get the win. But I definitely felt he should have just dropped that one in.
Oh, absolutely.
Give himself a little bit more awkward queuing, but at least guarantee the pot.
Yeah.
Andrew with his aggressive play, try and double this in. Oh, and he's nailed it. Oh, he got away with that. I was going to say, he's played that with a bit of side.
Looked like he was about to drop in the pocket.
It's not the easiest of pots, but if anyone's going to be able to pot this, it's definitely going to be Andrew.
Should bring a natural path down table too for the 8.
He's just got to make sure he doesn't overhit it, or he's got to hit it a lot harder. He's got to commit to one or the other. If he tries to hold it, he might lose the white a bit. I think he's actually better off to try and go in and out.
It's always interesting, something I don't even see very often with the leagues I play. They're using the 445 and then the extension as well.
Yeah, look, the call on that is actually quite good. There's some mixed feelings on it. Some people don't like it, some people do. I think it's great being able to see the timer, knowing exactly where it is, and then a 5-second countdown. As a fair few people have said, we're not there to try and catch people out and try and foul people for running over time. It's purely there just to make sure that everyone's the same. Everyone's not taking more than 45 seconds.
Oh, absolutely. There was even a dispute with Southern River First Division a couple of weeks ago, which was pretty bad because apparently they reckon the umpire didn't call 15.
Yeah, well, there you go. Like, it just stops all that sort of stuff there. The fact that you can see it. The players do have to call the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
But it's just there. As you can hear there, the players are saying it now. Just speeds them along a little bit. That's a great shot by Schneider. Oh, well, I actually thought he played that. He sort of apologised, so maybe he did play for it.
He did have the out there, absolutely easily would have had it though.
And Bulldog, Christian. He's actually run a bit too far. I think he was trying to hold that for the middle. I was about to say he's got a good chance for an out here. Can't call that the commentator's curse because I didn't say it yet.
Yeah.
So. So same as yourself, Brandon. You're still learning the game, and you're improving. That is stiff. You're improving massively every time I see you play. What's your thoughts on Super League? Like, you find it something to strive to, or just something nice to watch? Or
I absolutely find it so interesting to see how each player plays. I like trying to predict the shots, as you were saying, like I'd get a chance to do with you. And it makes me think of different paths and routes I could be taking. Even playing some of these players, like Andrew Patton, for example, he was showing me a bunch of routes I could have taken, which would have secured me the out easier and safer too.
Yeah, it makes a big difference just choosing the right sort of routes.
Yeah.
Sometimes the easiest shot is not the best shot. I thought that was a tough one for Chris Herbert there. I didn't think it really went, to be honest, but he's not left it too bad because it's actually not the easiest to try and pop that red into the middle and be able to get onto a nice link. He's going to have to play with a bit of left-hand side or a bit of bottom to come around, and then he's going to have to play it back into the same middle.
See, my own
Oh, he's actually done that well. I didn't think he could hold for that, but camera angles do deceive a little bit.
Yeah, very deceitful now.
That's actually a really good shot by Christian. And now it's just a screw off the rail. Actually, that's quite tight, so you can actually just come straight back. Yep.
Perfect.
Just don't know if that's sitting hard up on the jaw. If it's hard up on the jaw, this is a really tough shot.
From here, it looks like it is, even looking down at the table.
Oh, it must have had a much more gap than it looked.
Yeah.
Yep. What a ripper of a match. This is going to be a nice close one. With Christian Pot this one. Thought I'd better hold off for a second.
Yeah.
With Christian Pot this one, that makes it 4-all.
I was thinking you were going to jinx him there.
It's happened before. Nice tight contest, which is always good. Just want to, while we're waiting for the balls to crack, just want to thank our sponsors, the WA Department of Sport and Sport and Rec, I want to say.
Sport and cultural.
Yep. Thank you. Really big sponsor of the pool scene here in WA. Massive sponsorship when the Nationals came over as well, to really support us, to delivering, I think, one of the better Nationals that's been held in a while. I know it's always been at the same place, so that's why I can say that. Advanced Auto Tune, Nathan out in Wangara there, looking after a lot of pool players' cars, making sure that they're on the road and made sure that they're not getting taken for a ride. Also, skip bins, Ellenbrook skip bins, making sure that they get the trash out for the pool players. So, and also Red Earth Creation signage and graphics. If you have any signage needs, give them a call. So quite a nice spread there for Daniel. He's got a good chance to go out. I'm like, the only problem with all he's got is just the one on the rail. He's got to try and take that a bit earlier. You'd think that he would leave that, like he would actually go to get down there now. He's probably come a little bit too high. No, that's cool. He needs to nice run this with Daniel's queuing action. Oh my god, this should look lovely if he cues it nice. Beautiful.
Forward perfectly.
Yep. I was going to say, if anyone's going to pot that ball, that was Daniel King. This is a great out. I think Daniel, once he starts getting that safety side of things in, like he's great when he's got these outs. But if the outs aren't on, he does struggle a little bit to get back in the frames. Once I think he gets that head around that, this guy is going to be a force to be reckoned with. His queuing action, his white ball control, just absolutely phenomenal. That's a great out from Daniel.
You usually see people are either too safe or they're too attacking.
Well, that's it, yeah.
Plus Brendan.
So we got the other tail, Brendan and Sean Baker. Or Shan Baker, like everyone else calls him.
Yeah, I would have thought it was Shan.
Yeah, I've got it. I just always call him Sean. It's been my thing for quite a few years now.
Good leave by the looks of it, eh?
Quite a nice snooker, and it's actually quite a difficult escape. Like, if he gets it, he's always going to leave something on. That was quite a good snooker from Brendan. And now he's got ball in hand. He's actually probably got a good chance here to get an out if he wants to commit to it.
I'm was hoping he's a bit over his stigma from yesterday. Watching him at the Easter Egg Cup, he wasn't getting any of the outs, really.
Was that Shan or Brendan?
Brendan.
And it could be playing on his mind, you know, he might play a little bit safer just to make sure he can try and commit to the win. The two reds there, the one under the black and the one towards the middle there, they're not the easiest balls to do something with. You know, that red that's towards the yellow, you know, the left side of the black there, that kind of goes into one or two pockets, you know, diagonally opposite to each other. Oh, he did not want that. And that's the thing, like a lot of people say you have to play bottom to get the skill shots to go in. But as long as you cue it with a nice weight to it, it'll just keep rolling.
That's what I found with the skill shots. I've always had everyone tell me it's only bottom.
Well, there you go. He's played top on that one.
Yeah.
So this one here, he's probably smart to try and get that ball that's in front of the red. And gives him a chance to go out. That's it. Oh, that's a beautiful leave. If he's blocked off, I think
that red behind the 8 goes.
Yeah, but even once he pots that, where the white's going to go, it doesn't give the easiest shots for Shan afterwards.
You're not wrong there.
Oh, he's played that so well.
Perfect.
That is such a perfect shot. It's very easy to underhit those and be on the wrong side. Shan's played that brilliantly. Shan's actually been playing really well. He just hasn't been finishing, so hopefully he can, because
that is a trend I've actually been seeing today in his matches.
That's another really good shot from Shan. I was wondering how he was going to get onto that one.
Yeah, I was thinking, look. See, that didn't even come into my mind just then.
Just so well executed. Oh, that was... That's the stuff there they were saying. Like, you see some sheer brilliance from Shan, and then just a little pot like that where it just doesn't look like he's concentrated quite as much on that shot. And that was the hardest shot that he had. He should have put a little bit more concentration in it.
Could be one of those situations where he probably didn't see it as the toughest shot and just thought he had it.
Yeah. Now, you would think that Brendan would go out from here.
I would hope so.
You know, here's a spot for you. Which way would you take this one, Brendan?
I'll definitely be taking the one on the right-hand side, and
yep,
probably with backspin. Then I'll be taking the one on the far left.
There you go.
Oh, does that one actually go? Yeah.
Well, you've got 2 out of 2 so far. Oh, Brendan.
I mean, this isn't too bad. Like, he might not make the out here, but he definitely has a few safety options.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of backup. I don't know if it's... Sometimes I wonder if it's a good thing to have that backup option. You know, where you're like, oh, if I don't get it, like, he's going to be a bit stuck. Because I think it just you get maybe a little bit too relaxed.
Yeah. I do feel whenever I have an out like that, I think, oh, there's no way I'm going to mess this up.
Now, Shan can play... I think he's just going to play it up and down, try and leave the white on the rail, but I can't really see what else he can do. If he's managed to block the yellow into the middle, I think that's a great shot.
His ball didn't land in an ideal spot, though.
Oh,
good shot.
He's got a little bit lucky there. I definitely don't think he was trying to go into the black, but
I thought he was just going to try to sit it behind the 8.
I'll do that.
Oh.
We're even. Nah, sorry, dude.
Here's what it is.
Sorry too. Sort up. I am now.
No,
Not much you can do about that. you look lost in thought there.
Yeah, it was a little bit. I just realised what happened.
Oh.
I think I might be a little bit tired from work. Didn't realise.
Oh, I think he's... Oh, that's not 2.
Look, he's basically gone, you know, Brendan, here's a challenge for you. If you make it, you win. If you don't, you don't.
Make or break.
It's always tougher when you've got to make the pot, otherwise you lose the game. Even though if you think about it, it's pretty much every pot you make.
Especially at this level, one shot and you can be gone. Oh. He didn't even need to pot it.
Yeah, I still think he should have. But that wasn't too bad of a shot.
From what I see, I think the yellow's actually just covering the 8, from going in up table. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. If he had played it a bit softer, there was every chance he could get the snooker back. That's kind of where I was like, I don't think that's a great shot. But at that pace, yeah, you're never going to get a snooker from that. That is a great shot from Chris. He's popped it out perfectly. Oh, that's a great shot from Brendan. Both really good shots. Just committed. Brendan finishes his. And just like that, we've gone from 3-all, which I think is actually 4-all, to 6-4.
Yep. That's the right math there. I had to think about that for a second.
Well, I don't think they've put the 2 other wins in yet, so that's why it's still 3-all. But I'm fairly certain it's 4-all.
Yeah, that's hasn't changed for a while.
Yeah, and then now it'll be 6-4 to the Jets. So. Just had Christian approach the bench. So you should have seen the match that happened on the weekend between Christian and I. While we were waiting, I just thought I'd mention, Christian and I have had some really good matches together. Generally, he's beaten me.
Yeah.
So I was going into the match quite afraid of him. But, I managed to kick into a different gear and put him on the back foot early, and then he was stressing, and I just kept punishing him every time he missed. So it ended up being a good win, actually, a 5-0.
Oh, that's a big win too. I can't say much. Christian's always kicked my ass.
No, he's coming along really, really well, Christian. Brilliant player. Love watching these games. When he's on, he's easily able to beat some of the best players in WA. So he just got to keep up that practice and get that more consistent, and he'll be definitely a hard player to beat. Wow, okay, we got the scores wrong. It's actually 7-4.
Oh, that's, yeah.
So those 2 wins really put a bit of a nail there.
I've seen bigger comebacks than that, though.
Yeah, we wouldn't say it's like a full nail in the coffin, but
Yeah.
put a bit of a nail, just hammer it in, just sort of slightly there. You can't move it too easily, but it's definitely not closed.
We'll see if they get ready to slam it or not.
And this is the one thing, the momentum's starting to go with the Jets. This is where the Assassins, need to learn to really pull back and, hey, look, head down, let's claw it back. It's only 3 frames. Like you win these 2, and it's a 1 frame difference. So it looks bad, but the scoreline is never anywhere near as bad. Like being only 25 frames in Super League, it's very, very easy to claw stuff back. And as long as you have that momentum going with you, it's amazing how much that shift is.
It is, but see, also being with that, when they get such a huge lead, it also sometimes is mentally bad for them, because then they start being a bit lazy, thinking they're going to win.
Correct. That happens too as well. There's a lot of things there, and that's where you find the difference between the top teams and the lower ones might just be a little bit better in that that mental space. You know, and that's realistically all the difference is in this game. There's a lot of mental games in there, like, you know, how you're thinking on the time, and, you know, most of these guys here, they all know how to play. They generally know the right shots to play. You know, they see the games all very similar. It's all just to do with who can keep that mental state the longest.
What's your Forestdale motto again, Marchie?
It's a mind game, yeah, pretty much. Yep. So we got Schneider on reds here. He is playing Jeremy Bauer. Good old Jez. This will be a very, very good match. If I think Schneider's kind of feeling the out, which, looking at the way the reds are set out, it's definitely doable.
He definitely seems to have a plan in mind, at least.
He's just going to try and get onto this one on the left-hand side on this shot. Yeah, he's done that nicely.
That's one thing I like about Schneider. He's a very calculated, slow-playing player.
I think you might actually leave that one till a little bit later. It's not a bad idea to leave it till a little bit later either, because you can play this one. It looks like it goes into the corner, the bottom right corner there, and then you can play that difficult one in the middle.
I think yeah, it must. He's definitely looking at it.
I think if it was me, like, I'd actually leave that one to the left corner, probably last now, looking at it. Yeah, that's a great shot. Oh, actually, I think you'd have to go to the corner on this one. This is actually a tougher option. He's actually left it in a really good spot that he's got options. You can play the one in the middle. Yeah, that was the danger. That's why I was saying, like, it's a bit hard to know whether you've got to really back yourself into that one. If that goes past the yellow, then he's going out.
I think he can hit it, but I don't. Oh, actually,
it's hard with the camera. Like, it is hard to tell.
I think it must.
He's hit it beautifully the shot before, which has left him an even better shot on this one.
Yeah.
That's great cue on there.
From here, it looked like he
now
was.
Now he's just got to sort of stun it up to the ball up there, and then he's just got to come back down. He's got a nice pathway there through the middle to get on the black. He's cued that really nicely as well. He can actually give himself a bit better shot on the black, but just he's left himself really nicely on that red. Bulldog needs to make sure he makes his clearance, because those reds are also sitting really nice.
Perfect line, almost just one after the other if he misses. Good shot.
Actually, he's not left it too badly, Bulldog.
Shot it perfectly, got that placement there. Don't want to jinx him yet.
Well, this is the reason why he made it to the last 8 in Kalgoorlie. Just playing very solid, very calculated.
He's definitely
that was the risk by Alex. That was the risk. I thought he might have played it with a bit of bottom to try and avoid that, but the yellow must go past the black quite easily. But
I think it does when you look over here, especially.
But I think he might still need to get a bit of nudge on it, because I can't see. Oh, maybe the black goes into the middle, but he's going to get a nudge on that black, and I think he's going to have to try and do something rather than just be pot on the yellow.
No, he's going to try and bump it towards the center, I think, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it comes off the red, but
yeah.
He's got to play a really controlled shot here. There's a lot of things that go wrong. Don't wrong. You could definitely go right, but
He plays it too hard as well. Oh.
he's played that beautifully. This is what I was saying about Christian. You know, he's
That couldn't have been any better.
Those are two great outs. I know that like Alex went in off, but even with ball in hand there, like that wasn't the easiest out, and he's controlled that really nicely. Both two really good frames there.
That should be an interesting one. Steve Hale's been playing pretty well today from what I've seen.
Oh, they've managed to get Steve Howell in their lineup.
Him against Brendan right now. Wherever he is.
Well, that was a good win actually from Christian to try and stop the momentum from the Jets. They were starting to gain some there, getting out to an 8-4 lead, but now bring it back to 8-5.
Could have been a lot worse. But even 8-4 seems like such a big gap when you say it like that.
It does, doesn't it? But if you sit there and you say like, oh, it's only 4 frames,
it sounds
all of a sudden it's not even near as bad.
I'm used to very short frame pool, so like it's always race to 3 or 4, and it's always sounds so daunting when you're down 2-0.
That's right. Like, but if you think about it a little bit differently, and just go, oh, well, it's only 2 frames. I've only got to win 2 frames. Like it's all of a sudden takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
It was something that we actually did in the grand final last year when we played the boys, and it was actually the weirdest thing. Like I've never experienced that before, where the whole team, not one person went, oh, we're quite a lot behind. Everyone would just turn around and went, it's only 5 frames.
I say, if I remember that, you guys would I thought you guys were gone for a while there.
Yeah, yep. But each time we're just like, oh, we're only 5 frames behind. It's not that far, even though they only needed 2 to win. Like,
it was just your cheering that got them back in the game, wasn't it, Marchie? That's the issue when you play a ball so hard.
Yeah, well, he was trying to make sure he got the black out and the yellow, but it's hard because when you commit to the out like that and all the reds are sitting like that, you have to get the out. But I think he could have held up, got that yellow off the black a bit and gone safe there. And this is what I was saying, like that's a little bit of an issue with Daniel King's game. He just hasn't got that safety mind 100% yet. So he's always looking at how can he go out, which is a lot of top players do that, and players should be thinking that way. But do you play percentages, or you try and create something that is difficult to get?
Yeah. So I remember watching Andy Barnett versus Ben Foster. They were all both going for the outs consistently in some of those frames towards the end.
And that's the thing. Like once you start getting to that top level, if you're wanting to win more, you generally have to make those outs rather than favouring going safe. But sometimes there's still that element where you're just like you're a little bit out. Maybe not try and go for it. Like if you were within the margin of error, then no dramas. But maybe hold back just one more shot.
Yeah. So realistically, if the out's barely there, you probably shouldn't even try the out. There's too much dead, too much going on. I didn't think that yellow went behind those reds from this view.
It was probably pretty close, but this one, if you can get that, yeah, you can. Cool. I was gonna say if you can get the one underneath the black, he's fine. Oh, he's played that beautifully. Well, he's just showing me that I was wrong.
Oh, sitting in the pocket.
I think he's actually better off that did get that way. Yeah, he's a little bit lucky that didn't drop because that would be a lot tougher black. Whereas Shan's not in the easiest spot to try and get an easy snooker. You can probably try and get the one just behind the one closest to the right hand pocket. But it doesn't really help him too much.
I think he's
going to kill a ball to do that, so it's not really the best shot to do.
I think he's looking for the out here. Oh. It's not. too bad.
Yeah, see, he still hasn't really promoted any balls. Oh, you think you come off the right-hand cushion there. It's a single ball escape.
It's a bit of a curve for him.
Oh, he's got it. That's a beautiful shot. He's going to leave him with a tough black, but he can run that black up underneath the red. As long as he doesn't belt it in and just tries to drop it in there, it'll put a lot of pressure on Shan afterwards.
As you said, he's more of an aggressive play style. Off the red.
He's too busy thinking about the red. Still not bad. I think I prefer it over the pocket, but it's still not bad. Makes getting out of the snookers a bit easier, because you know that's what Shan's going to be looking for at the moment. He's going to be like, where can I snooker this guy? Where can I make it hard for him? Get my ball in hand and get that ball off the rail. That's his focus. I think he's still got left the edge of the black.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
A nice spot from Steve Hale there on the left-hand side.
He doesn't look too happy.
Oh, that was a great effort. He sees the game very differently, because I definitely didn't see that.
Yeah. It's definitely there, but it's definitely not a mindset many people have to think of. It comes down to that aggressive play style, as you said.
Steve on the left-hand side is actually giving himself quite a good chance here. But the problem is that yellow underneath the red, like, yes, he can pot it, but can he get a good position on the black? That is a great effort from Daniel. He didn't have much else, but now he set himself up for a good chance.
It's definitely put him under pressure.
Oh, Steve only missed that one, not by much. Oh, that is stiff. I didn't even know it went underneath. But see, this is where people go, oh, that's a bit unlucky. I'm like, but Daniel played a good shot there, trying to get that black over the pocket, and he's forced an error from Shan.
So he put him in that pressured situation.
That's right. You know, force the error. As Wayne Gilmore always says, you got to set traps to catch rabbits. Followed with the standard Wayne Gilmore laugh after you say that.
Is it now?
I wasn't going to try and imitate it. There's no way I could do it.
I'm not doing it.
And you can see here that yellow sitting in that corner's successful. Like, it's just blocking the pocket just like Tom and Knowles would do. It is on, isn't it? Oh, I don't know how to do that. It's by my pay grade. That's actually a really good shot. Oh, I thought he was going for it. That's a brilliant shot.
I did actually figure, because he was looking at that.
Yeah, but he's apologised, so I guess the yellow's probably gone perfect that he can actually get that through.
Okay,
but
that bit's
in the end, you still played for.
Because I absolutely thought him naturally kicking off that yellow would always head towards that corner, even if he missed.
Like, again, it's a very low percentage shot, but you know he's still got to play it. He was in trouble if he didn't do something.
Looks like he's got the cut to the center, and he should just hit that red.
Yeah. Trying to see if it goes past it, because it can.
I think if he cuts
can be a bit deceiving. I should go into the red. I don't think it shouldn't, but.
Yeah.
That is a great win from Steve. Brendan will be hurting a bit out of that after seeing that shot, but Steve played a brilliant shot to get him in the right position to do that. And yeah, okay, it was a little bit lucky that the yellow ended up staying in a potting position, but you've got to risk the biscuit sometimes.
Seems to be Brendan's luck lately. I've been even in the Easter Egg Cup. He had, I think, 3 finishes which were fluked.
Yep.
And I couldn't believe it watching it too. I felt so bad for him.
These things happen as part of the game. You'd be amazed at how many games you win because of flukes. People forget about those. Yeah. They only remember the ones that they lose. While we're waiting for the guys to sit there and talk to their teams and come up with some plans and strategies to get the next round, the Assassins try to clawed a few more frames back there. So again, we've got a nice tight match here. Makes a good viewing, and not knowing who's going to win and what's going to happen. So brings it right down to the line. But again, just want to say a big thank you to our sponsors and give a bit of rundown about the different sponsors. We've got the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, or in other words, I think it's Department of Sport and Rec.
Yeah, I thought you were about to butcher that.
Yeah, no, well, at least I can read it this time. Again, big thank you. The local government, the WA government supporting us in pool. I don't think a lot of people realise how much they actually support pool in WA. They've been a big advocate for it, which has helped us with having the sort of venue that we've got, and continue to keep improving the venue and the facilities we've got. So
absolutely. Even talking to people at Nationals, everyone was saying in their own states they don't got half of what we got.
Yeah, that's right. So, and a big part of that's the WA government. So thanks to the Department of Sport and Rec. And again, thanks to Nathan Advanced Auto Tune, who's Superleague's major sponsor for this year. He's actually did all the work on my Delica. Bought a new Delica. Bought a new one, not a brand new one, but a 24-year-old car that needed a bit of work done, and he got all of it done, and it's running beautifully. Did a trip out to Kalgoorlie,
where you got
and it was absolutely amazing. Yeah, I know. Still got the Kalgoorlie plates on it, but that was an amazing run up there. Really comfortable to drive out there, and no problems at all. Runs at like $1 million, so you wouldn't think it's a 24-year-old car with the way it drives. So big thanks and shout out to Advanced Auto Tune and Nathan out there. He looks after quite a lot of pool players' cars, so, and I know that everyone's got a. Yeah, I was going to say he's. I don't think I've heard anyone say anything bad about him, not to his face anyway.
I didn't think my partner's car would make it to Kalgoorlie.
Yeah, I guarantee you once you get Nathan to have a look at it, at Advanced Auto Tune, it'll be sorted. So, all right, well, we've got the matches underway. We've got Jeremy Bauer and Chris Herbert on the right-hand side there, and we got Dave Schneider and Jason. Oh, we've got a scratch on from Schneider. Balls look good. There's a couple of bad balls on both sides, so I don't think we're going to see a clearance on the left-hand table. Chris's match, however,
if that yellow on the top rail goes past that red.
If Chris plays these quite nice, I know he's a little bit out of position there, but he does have a recovery shot that he can do on this shot, get him back into it. But he's got potential for an out, and he can be a little bit relaxed here because the reds aren't the best as well. So you can make sure he just cues them nicely. Well, that was the recovery shot I was thinking, but he's not played it to get back into position. He's going to have to probably take the long pot on there. And it's still not going to give him the best position on the next ball. So I think the out is getting less and less. And as you can see, like that position, so crucial. Just as crucial as picking the right balls, I
can definitely say, I can even remember when I first started playing, it makes a huge difference.
So Chris is a great potter. He's actually, I think, runner-up in the state snooker titles last year. So very capable cueist. But when you've got less room to move that white, it does make it a little bit harder when you're trying to get your map out. Oh, he's
Unlucky.
that was definitely not the greatest shot from him. He should have actually just sort of touched it over there.
Definitely leaves Jeremy with a chance now.
Well, he's taken off one of Jeremy's problem balls and made his ball a problem. So in one shot, he's actually turned around 2 balls. Right? If you think of it in that sort of terminology, those 2 down the bottom there of the screen that look like they're relatively hard to get to, because of that yellow sitting where it is, he can get both of them out in one shot, and all of a sudden, Chris is on the back foot.
Yeah.
I think Jeremy, as much as he's missed that, he's still got. I'd probably say he's still a little bit of a favourite, unless that yellow does go past that red.
I think it looks like it from. Hard to tell on here.
Looks like he's just a little bit out at the moment. Struggling with his position at the stage. Schneider's frame looks like it's about to start happening. Balls are starting to move out in position, and I think everything now goes. He's got a chance there to go out. Unless he's on reds, then I'm completely wrong.
I think he's yellows.
I thought he was, but
yeah, yeah, he is, because Jason took reds earlier when he started the frame.
And I have to say, that was again a pretty average shot from Chris. The 2 balls that are hard to get onto, he left them on. So now Jeremy can actually clear out his 2 hardest balls to get onto, and Chris is in the hot seat. I don't know if that was a great shot from Jeremy either, actually.
He looks like he's going to try to wedge it against that yellow.
Yeah, and you know what? That yellow will actually come off. If he sits there and plays the plant, that yellow is going to come off the yellow on the top cushion there, and he's actually going to open both of them up. And if he can try and hold the white where it sits, he'll actually have the shot back into the corner. Oh, he should have played the plant.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think he thought it cut in, but the plant was definitely the better option. He could have got both balls out in the one shot. But it's easy for us sitting over here.
Yeah, when you're at the table, it's a different story.
100%.
The amount of arguments I get in with people where they try to tell me I could have done that, and I can clearly tell I couldn't.
Well, it just sounds like you get into a lot of arguments, to be honest. It's Southern River.
No. I was just watching that argument, see? Believe me, I don't like to argue. I stay away from that.
So Schneider here can play it into the middle and get both balls on, I feel. If he plays it nicely, gets that red, pushes it out of the way, he'll push the yellow on, and he'll also get the red out of the way so he can play the yellow near the closest to the black there.
He seems to think
Just-
he can.
I think he's going to play just a little bit of... Oh, okay, maybe not.
Does that ball go to the corner?
It does go to the corner, but what's he going to do with the one that's near the black?
I think he's just going to nudge it, or he's going to top it through, unless he's planning on cutting into the corner pocket after that.
He's played that really well. What do I know? Because now he's just going to play it into the black. Into the red. And that'll actually open up the black nicely. I have no idea what's about. That's actually way better way to do it. I always say it's easier for us sitting on the sidelines, but clearly not. I think he needed to go straight into that red.
Yeah. He's going to be spewing about that.
I'm trying to work out what's going on over there.
I know most of Alvy's family's here.
Yeah, what's happening?
I think it's probably a birthday or something.
Oh, it's Byford 4th Division.
Oh, Schneider actually got that ball. I wasn't watching.
Yep, I was too busy watching something else going on in the room. Sorry guys, it's a bit unprofessional there.
Yeah, Marty distracted me like that.
I think this will be a big boost for the Jets if Schneider gets this one.
Oh, beautiful.
Just so smooth with his cueing. When he actually believes in himself, he's a tough person to beat.
I remember him playing my dad in the B grade singles when he was on the dumps. He couldn't do anything, really.
Yeah, as soon as he starts missing a few, he kind of starts doubting himself and he struggles to win. But when he's on a roll, it's hard to stop him.
Yeah.
You know, you got to hope that he misses one to then put himself off.
I think Jeremy should have this out.
No, well, that red next to the yellow, Chris has done a great job trying to get that closer to that red just to stop Jeremy trying to go out. Because now even with ball in hand, it's not going to be the easiest for Jeremy to go out. That is a great shot for Chris.
I thought that was
He trusted it. I thought that was going in off.
Yeah.
That was a huge amount of trust in the pocket there. Naturally, I don't think he was going that close to it, but these things happen. And again, this is just like a nice inner over. Yep, that's a beautiful shot for Chris. I know he'll be disappointed because he likes to go out, but
It works.
you know, Jeremy's going to play a loss of turn shot here, but it's hard. I don't think it's easy to keep that red in a nice spot for it. Yeah, that's what I thought. As much as Jeremy could play a loss of turn, he's not going to be stopping him from being able to pot this yellow in the middle. If he was going to, he probably should have played a little bit firmer just to send the white into a different spot, but then you have no idea where that white's going. I guess with that black over the pocket, it still makes it a little bit harder
He looks like
for Chris.
Doesn't he? Looks like he's on the right angle to come down, yeah.
Well, see, you're better at reading the screen than I can. They look too straight for me.
Really?
Yeah.
That looked like the perfect angle to go down.
Well, there you go. See, you didn't want to commentate. You can read the screen way better than I can.
Still not an easy shot, especially with him almost against the rail there. It's a make or break shot.
Chris being the type of curious he is, I think I'd sort of back him to sort of pot this more often than not.
He has to, because if not...
But he's just got to not think about the reds, because naturally if he does miss this, he knows he's going to lose the frame. Oh, he's going to play a screw back on it.
Oh.
Okay, he decided to go for the double. I definitely think he should have just cut that.
That's what I thought. That was risky. Hard to tell what people are going to do sometimes.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, if he backs himself on a double and that's what he prefers to play, then so be it. So other times, you know, it's sometimes better to play what you might feel uncomfortable, but it's the right
game.
shot. But you know, 9 times out of 10, you've just got to play what you feel more comfortable with. You know, I prefer a tight cut than a double. So I had to practice getting the doubles. Now I don't mind doubles. So give me a tight cut or a double. I don't care.
More often than not, I'd still probably go for the cut over the double.
This will really give the boost to the Assassins. All of a sudden winning this frame, they're only 3 behind.
Yeah.
have no idea. I think you just message the coordinator.
Maybe I have no clue either. I thought Jeremy would be a bit closer to the 8 than that.
Yeah, I think you just want to make sure he gives himself a shot.
Good shot.
Pots it confidently. Big, there you go, Chris.
At least he played that shot.
I just pocket covered, otherwise I was screwed. I tried to jump it 3 times.
And all of a sudden they're right back in the match.
I think Andrew's going to have to play the loss of Tonio.
Yeah, this is one of the things that we talk about a bit in practice and things to make sure you sort of train yourself and that sort of thing. That's a really great shot from Andrew. How many situations is it? Lots of balls to 2.
Lots of balls to 2.
Oh, he's got 7 balls. Or 6 balls or 5 balls
I'd
to
rather
2 balls.
have the 7 than a 2.
Oh, 100%. But you got to be smart in it. Like, you can't just sit there and, if let's say you've got a few dead balls being on yellow, obviously his are all out. But Alex has played a really good shot there, not leaving him too much.
Not much Andrew will be able to.
It's actually a tough safety as well. Like, yeah, I was going to say, is he going to skim off it, or is he going to try and come off a cushion? He must be coming trying to skim off it. Yeah.
Don't want to run it too far though. Perfect.
That's pretty much the only option he had, but it's still not the best option because Alex can actually just come off the cushion and sort of come off that and still be on a good position on the red.
I think he'd hit that one there. I think he's just going to cut it straight to the corner.
It's going to be interesting where the wide goes though.
Risky.
Playing a part in that, it's not the easiest shot. It looks like it's easy because it's right near the pocket, but it's amazing how many times it comes off the wrong angle.
Yeah.
There you go, you've got a big shout out, Brandon.
Do I?
Good job commentating from Project Infinity. It's okay, guys, I'm not here, that's fine. Don't worry about saying anything about me, I don't mind. No, you're doing a good job, mate, considering you haven't done it before. And like I said, you've called a few shots that I've not been able to see, so that's what it's all about with commentating.
All I needed was a hard solo.
That's it.
He left him on. That's a shame. Oh, it's Lena. There you go.
Oh, good thing that we didn't say what we said off the microphones about it.
Hey. Trying to put me in the shit again.
Language.
Sorry. Oh, there you go, Marsh. You've been congratulated too.
Oh, that's a pity congratulations, though. That's a pity congratulations. It's only because I said something. But you were right. Like, it was disappointing not to see Lena play in the Kalgoorlie comp. Go all that way and not play. It's definitely right what you said.
What did I say now?
Oh, that's right. We'll talk again off the mics.
He's actually excited for the Geraldton Open though, so that'll be good.
That's good to make sure you get your name in quickly. That comp fills up quickly as well.
Ah. That looks like not such an easy shot.
It's not, but again, Alex is not quite good at these. So I think, yep.
Perfect.
I would say he's been struggling a little bit, Alex. He just gets the odd click, and the clip off the ball goes in the wrong spot. So he's got to try and get back in the frame again, or the players will play a good out on him when he's played a good safety. So he's been struggling a little bit. You know, and just that helps. That doesn't help with your confidence.
Oh, yeah.
You know, every time you feel like you've played a good shot and they just smash you out of it, makes it tough. And it's actually good watching this because last time we played the Jets, we play the Jets straight after the bye, so that's us tonight. We were taken aback with they just stormed out of the gate. I think it was 7-1 at you know, going into the third round, and we just had to dig deep. Like we all had a big team talk. Mate, just went, you know what? It's not that far. We've pulled back from further, and I think we ended up winning like 12 in a row.
See, morale makes a big difference.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think we ended up beating them. Yeah, so I think they only won one frame after that. You know, just really dug deep. So, and all it was just that momentum shift. You know, like I always mention the momentum shift. People go, well, this is, even though it's like a team sport, like it's individual players, but you know, having that team behind you does make a big difference. You don't feel like you're out there on your own just trying to win frames. You've got your team sitting there supporting you, watching you.
You definitely need people who will push you up, not bring you down.
I'm not sure what happened with the timer there, but either someone forgot to push the extension or... That's a great pot, but I'm really curious on what happened with that timer.
Going to 0.
Yeah.
I think I might have called extension, they just forgot.
Well, the Jets are on the hill. Can the Assassins dig deep? And
Now see, now look at this, 12-7 still doesn't look like that big of a gap to what 8-4 does.
that is true, but now the Jets only need one frame to win it. Now the pressure's on the Assassins. But some teams just go, you know what, I love this. Let's win the next 8 here. How bad's my math? Sorry, next 6.
Yeah, 8. I certainly felt pressure like that. I can't stand that pressure. That's not for me, I can tell you that.
Yeah, but it's good to get into it. Like I actually love it. Like the more pressure I've got, the better I seem to play. You know, when I don't have that pressure on there, it kind of feels like you're not playing for anything, even though you are, but you just don't. I don't know. It's just the pressure definitely makes a big difference. All right, we've got the first frame of the last round here on the right-hand side. That's why we've just had a lag off. That is the worst excuse ever because it was not full.
Exactly. 58 people.
Sorry, just been visited by the great Dan Ritchie. I don't know why he's laughing. Like, everyone knows if Marty says it must be true.
Yeah, because everything you say is true, right?
Yeah, that's it. This is a really important frame for Christian to win here. Maybe I should have waited till he cued that before I said that.
He could be feeling the pressure coming to him now too.
It's actually not the worst miss. It's not the worst miss. He hasn't really left Brendan too much.
He'll probably be looking for a safety here, if anything. There's not much around. Unless that yellow goes to the center. No, I was going to say no way.
That's a great shot from Brendan. I know he was just trying to put it over the pocket, but you know what? The fact that it's gone in, it's still in or over. He's actually given himself a really good chance now to go out. His toughest ball's probably the one on the rail there. But if he can get onto it early, it's just then a nice little cue back. Oh, he's decided to go for a safety instead. And this is where, like, you know, Brendan, like, just sitting there and thinking, you know what, I might not be cueing the best. So rather than trying to do a huge out, That looks fantastic. Let's play the percentage and try and win it for the team.
It's always important to know your limits, especially.
Well, it's just trying to adjust to how the frame's going. He's actually left. If he's actually high on that, this is a nice drop down.
It looks like he is.
You can actually go in between the yellow and the black there and be on those two reds. He's got it perfect.
I thought that was just going to drop in the center of those yellows.
I definitely think he was trying to go the other side, but he definitely would have been clutching a little bit. But you think this one here would be an assassin frame. Again, nicely cued. I said if someone's going to try and fire up the assassin, it's definitely going to be Christian.
He should have this frame, hopefully.
And this is where Christian, like, I think he's a captain at the moment. This is where he's going to be loud. Fire up the team, win this frame, and really get them going. You know, he needs to get them back into life. Give them a real jump start.
Absolutely.
That's a great cueing from. Oh, that's great cueing from Jeremy.
Good shot.
You see, this is where Christian needs to be loud. Turn around, turn to your team, and make sure that the assassins know that he just won that frame.
I can't think of the word right now. He's a bit too...
A bit too timid. Bit too timid.
yeah.
Just did a great out, and
He should be boastful about it.
yeah, that's it. Look, at some people are like that. You know, I like to make
Yeah,
sure the
I was
whole room
gonna
knows.
say you are, yeah.
The whole room knows I've won a frame. This is a big win if Jeremy gets this one, because all of a sudden they're only 3 behind, and it's a lot of pressure on the Jets. There's nothing worse feeling when you can feel that team coming back at you. They're coming. Like, their momentum is that's gone straight to them.
Anything can happen now.
Yep. We're up for a hell of a last round. I know the scoreline doesn't look like it, but the Assassins are not. They're not laying down yet.
I can see the momentum building over there too.
Yeah, this is the type of match that you want to watch. Like, these are the ones that make it amazing. Nine 12. We have Chris and someone versus Christian and someone else.
Someone and someone, eh?
Christian and Daniel King, and Chris and Jason. Off to lag. While these guys are lagging to find out who breaks, just want to mention a couple of other sponsors that we've got and just say thank you. Ellenbrook Skip Bins. Again, called him up. Awesome job that he does with doing commercial bins. He does residential stuff as well, if required, but primarily your commercial stuff for building sites and that sort of thing. So if anyone needs any waste removal, make sure you give Ellenbrook Skip Bins a call. As you can see, just down the bottom right, 0417 040 134. And if any businesses need anything for their signage side of things, or vehicle signs, Red Earth Creations, that's what they do.
Who's that?
Yep.
Who is that, Marshy? Come on, who is
Paul Kirkham. And
And who else? Come on.
I don't want to seem like I'm going to toot myself on the plug. But no, Red Earth Creations, the other sponsor. Big thank you for helping support Super League and helping the stream.
I'll definitely be wanting to close on Reds here. Oh.
Jeremy with his words of wisdom on how to judge whether a ball's bigger or higher or not.
What colour would you have preferred on the right hand side there, Marchie? I would have thought red, eh?
100%.
He played the yellow, even though he had the white against the back cushion.
Yeah, that's a weird one. That's a weird one. But again, like certain players prefer certain things.
Yeah, I just thought with that yellow dead on the left-hand side, like I would not be touching yellow.
Well, clearly the yellows must be better because both of them want them.
I think they're seeing something we're not seeing.
I am really confused right now because I definitely agree with you. I'm like I would have preferred the reds.
Yeah.
I know that there's a couple of balls there that were a little bit harder, but I know that where Christian was sitting, it was a lot harder to get onto a red. But
Yeah, it's
wait, was it? No, it wasn't. He could have put a red easy. I don't know what's going on. Who am I to sit there and judge here? So yeah, if you're gonna go yellows, you definitely wanted to play off that red.
he would have wanted to. Yeah, I was gonna
Yep.
say.
I don't know if this is just a bit of pressure that's coming to both of them, but I still think reds are the better balls.
This is a strange frame.
It's Christian's face looks like he just realised that reds were the better balls.
Realised he should never have taken yellow. I think he saw I don't know the other bloke's name. Shot yellow, then shot
Daniel.
yellow. Daniel
Yep.
King, that's right.
That's a bit stiff. That was nicely cued as well. But I think he's putting himself into trouble here. Definitely don't leave yourself two balls here. You definitely don't want to leave yourself two balls.
No.
The last thing you'd be wanting to do is pot that yellow in the middle.
I don't see much else he's probably going to, but I don't see much else of what he can do here. His reds are on. It's not terrible. It's difficult.
It's definitely difficult.
Yeah.
If he goes out from here, that's going to be an amazing out. But
Look at that, Marshy. You did get me in trouble.
what do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, is that your life goal sometimes, is it?
I do love a good gas light.
Wasn't a bad shot by Daniel King.
He needed that over the pocket though.
Yeah.
You know, because now Christian, I know it's not going to be the easiest to skate, but he's given him half a chance. As long as he can get that yellow down that rail, he's got a chance of potting it.
Oh,
Yeah, well, it did look like a tough
it was
shot.
definitely tough, absolutely.
You'd think that Daniel King would go out from here, you know, with ball in hand.
Especially considering he's a confident potter. I'll say he would.
And they all link relatively well. I can't really see a problem ball out there. So, you think... Oh,
Oh,
commentator's curse. He actually played that too relaxed. He just got down and hit it. Didn't look like he sort of timed it right.
See, that's the thing too, especially when you get ball in hand. Sometimes you just think you can't miss.
This is a crucial shot for Christian. He's played that...
That's not bad.
He's played a good weight. I'll say Daniel can play a good safety here, like a good turnover shot. It's relatively natural. He just needs to make sure that red goes towards the black, and he should get the snooker.
His safety hasn't been too far on, though, as you said.
Yeah, well, that's always the... See, this is where those snookers are not... They're not really giving him the best chance of winning.
Well, because he played his ball towards the top. It's not going
Even if
anywhere.
you play that a bit firmer, it's still... That ball right next to the red just makes that little bit...
Oh.
What do I know? What do I know?
I definitely saw that go. I saw that going, but that's unlucky.
Yeah, they're all in really good linkable areas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that slide button looks a lot harder than what it was.
Oh. Oh.
He's taking his eye off the ball again.
I thought he had that there. I wasn't going to jinx it or anything, but I thought.
As you can see, like it just jumped up. Like the last two shots, he just, oh yeah, I've potted this. It's mine. He's taking it too easy.
He hasn't necessarily left Christian with anything too easy either.
He's not, but Christian still can leave it a bit safer here. That's not safer.
That's...
Because even if Daniel feels a little bit ruffled, he can just play the snooker, which is probably what he's going to do. And that's a great snooker.
It's going to be very difficult for Christian to get out and do something.
He needed not to play it that hard. He needed the side to take on the cushion to play that.
Being such a crucial frame too, it's a bit of a shame.
It's a very unusual frame, that one.
Yeah, from the get-go, I think they honestly did both choose the wrong colour.
I thought he missed that.
It looked like it was about to bounce off the jaw.
Well, that is a frame to the Jets and the win. Jason's a player that plays very solid. He takes his time. Very, very tough to play against if you're someone who likes to go out and run and go quick. He definitely takes his time. He takes the full 45 seconds pretty much every single time you hear the countdown. But, you know, he's very, very methodical.
I was actually putting my money on him to win the Easter Egg Cup on Monday.
Yep.
I saw him play some incredible frames.
That's a good shot from Chris. Just keeping himself in the frame still.
Must feel like such a shame having to still play out the rest of the frames.
Yeah, well, in the end, in the round robin stages, you know, the difference between making the finals and not making the finals could be the percentage.
Yeah.
So, you know, you want to make sure that you keep that percentage, or, you know, minimise the percentage loss as much as possible. I think it was in Premier League last year. The team missed out on making finals by 3 frames. So every frame counts.
Yeah.
Especially when you got these tight comps, you know, like they're, like I said, every team could win. You just got to make sure that you don't lose, because you know.
Badly, at least.
Well, it's amazing how just 1 or 2 losses can move you quite a drastic amount of positions.
That shows you just the level of everybody.
Yeah.
Because there's not one properly weak team.
Oh, he almost had to rack him again. He almost had to rack him again. I'll be honest, I was hoping that the ball came back and hit it. So we've got Steve Hale and Schneider. This will be a good frame. Both of them very methodical players.
Both players I like to watch play.
And that black is in the worst spot for yellows.
Schneider will be looking to take red as soon as possible.
I know he's looking for it, but
He might be safer even just taking that red to the corner.
I definitely still think the reds is probably the best balls. The yellows aren't too bad, but just makes it a little bit harder with that black over the pocket.
So you do got that red on the top rail, I suppose.
No, he's back in the yellows. Yeah, you can kind of feel that he was kind of thinking maybe he should have played on the other ends. So you can see he wasn't committed to that pot.
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like they're all kind of more relaxed now. That the race to 13's over.
Yeah, but you can see there, like, that's when the mistakes start coming.
Yeah, that's what
You know,
I mean.
you kind of like having a bit of pressure is definitely a good thing.
Yeah. 'Cause it still feels like the game's dropped a little bit, eh?
It's also getting late in the day. You know, mistakes start happening a bit more.
Yeah.
That's a great shot from Jason. Again, so smooth, and you can see the timer counting down. I think this is the fastest shot he's played all frame.
I don't see this going well for Steve, actually.
Assassin's still fighting, which is good. Making sure he's keeping that percentage.
High as possible.
It's all about the percentage. Especially if you're trying to vie for a spot for the finals. You want to make sure that if you do lose, it's not by much.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's every chance. I think last year, like I said, like, the Vultures needed to win every single frame in the last 7 matches, and I think they got 6 of them. So, and it was the last match that they lost, which it was a team that needed to win it in order to stay in the finals. So it was actually a great last round.
Oh, yeah.
And I reckon it's shaping up to be the same sort of thing. Like these teams are really not backing off. They're still trying everything they can.
Oh, yeah.
And the top teams really need to focus, because the top side of things at the moment is so close. You know, I think Snipers are ahead by 1 win or 2 wins. The boys are not far behind. They got a win off the only team at the moment to have beaten the Snipers. You know, so we're saying the Snipers are only 2 ahead, but you know, the boys, they've only lost 1. So the boys have lost 2, I think, from looking at the ladder. So you know, that's shows how close it is. And then you've got Pool Sharks that aren't too far behind them, and also the Kingpins that also aren't too far behind. So I think the Kingpins have lost 3, and the Pool Sharks have lost 3 as well. So they're both sitting pretty close. So you know, every frame counts. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose. Every frame counts. If you win, you want to make sure that you don't just win by a little bit. You need to win by a lot.
You'll absolutely be vying to keep your crown, eh?
Oh, 100%. We definitely want a 3-peat. You know, it'll be a good feeling. It's likely, with the way our points are, that we might not be able to play again next year. So unless there's a drastic decrease in points, which I doubt will happen, then yeah, I think this will be the last year that the Snipers, as it currently is, will be able to stay together.
Yeah.
But
you guys had the addition of Sonny this year, didn't you?
yeah, I would say Manda, he's hurt his back, but we're still hoping that Manda will be in sort of midway through this round. Be good to have him back.
Yeah.
You know, we can have the all complete Snipers again.
Hopefully it wouldn't affect his game too much.
Yeah, look, we'll have to see, I guess. You know, I'm sure that before he decides to come back, he'll put a lot of time in on the table.
Yeah.
You know, Amanda's committed like that, and yeah, look, it'd be good to actually have a bit of you know, if someone's maybe having a slightly bit of an off night, we'll have a bit of a chance to sub someone, or someone can have a night off or something like that. So
Yeah.
we haven't really decided on what we're going to do yet. We're not used to having an extra person, so.
Yeah, certainly we got that issue in the league I'm playing. We don't got really any subs. It's not good.
Yeah, but it's like definitely we prefer not having subs. Like the captain can just set out the team and doesn't have to think about it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a positive, and also not having to worry about being dropped. You just play all your frames, and just focus on giving 120%, 130%.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of where I think we've thrived on, is that every player is wanting to give their absolute best, no matter what. So, you know, even if you've only won one frame, you make sure you win that frame, and that's a crucial time to win it. You know, and the amount of times that we've actually gone over the line through a 13-12, you know, and it's down to the last frame. So, you know, and that one player's needed to get that one frame. That was the difference. So, you know, every frame counts. I don't know, I said it, but every frame counts. So, you know, and every player counts. So,
everyone has to contribute to make the difference. No slacking.
yeah.
That wasn't a bad shot. That was pretty good, actually.
Schneider's played a good safety there as well. Yellows are all sitting quite nice now after that safety.
Oh, I thought Brendan might do that.
Yeah, he's just jumping up a little bit with those crucial ones. He's just not staying down on the cue.
Gives Andrew a chance.
And I know that his game is quite a bit jerky. You know, he definitely likes to play with a bit of side and that sort of thing. But yeah, just a little bit of movement when he plays the shots, which just changes his cueing angle off a bit. And you can tell it's that pressure. It's just in that crucial shot where he knows he's got to either jump out of the way or he's got a whole bunch of stuff going through his head before he plays the shot.
Really wanting the finish as well.
Yeah.
One player which I feel like just doesn't get mentally phased by anything is Aidan Hogan.
Yeah, yep.
He's one of the few people who I've seen do that. He didn't even realise he did 3 masters against me in a set of 5, and I couldn't believe that. And he was like, "Oh, I did some masters."
And that's the best mentality to have, you know, just pot the balls, win the games.
Yeah. Andrew will be able to knock that nicely.
Yeah, but that yellow on the rail, it's not the easiest ball to try and...
It's definitely a problem.
Like, it's even hard to get to it. He's got to play this one, break open the balls.
Schneider ran up the clock there. Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah, but he's used to playing that time. Yeah, so it's a hard out for Andrew. If he's going to go aggressive, he's got to play this ball in the middle, over to the corner and get that ball off the rail. If he's going to play it aggressive.
You reckon? I thought he has enough of an angle to actually just take the ball on the left to the centre.
Oh, he can do that, but it's not really going to set him up for an easy shots on those 2 yellows.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, but how's he?
Oh, yeah, you got a point there. Yeah.
You know, he's going to have to play the one on the rail, which is not an easy cut. Which will be okay because he'll be back on the other yellow, but it's not an easy cut.
He needs to back himself here.
The type of player Andrew is and the way that he cues, you would think that he would play that middle. And that's the aggressive play. This is kind of like the in-between. Like I don't want to do something too wild.
Go through.
Oh, he's going to try and load up with a lot on the left-hand side.
Oh.
Yep. She's cued that really nicely. But again, the black's not in the right spot. So he's going to have to load this up and now load on the left-hand side. Sorry, right-hand side. Looking at the screen the wrong way.
Something smashed.
He kind of backed away from it. He needed to cue it the same way he did cue the other one. Or left himself for the double. One or the other.
Yeah, so he's pretty confident with his doubles I've seen. For only 3 years play, Andrew has probably come a long way, hasn't he?
He likes to say that he's only played 3 years. He's only played pool for 3 years. He's played Q Sports for longer than that.
Oh, okay, see, he told me he's only ever played for 3 years.
Yeah, he loves to say that. That's a great shot. That's a great shot. Sorry? You tell him I'm commentating.
You can see Andrew wasn't too sure that was going to go in too, huffing and puffing as soon as it shot that.
Yeah, he didn't have much else. Like
Yeah.
he couldn't double it. I think that's a set Schneider up nicely. I fairly say this is for 5 out of 5 for Schneider. Did he lose his first round? I wasn't here.
I actually don't think he did.
Schneider's definitely, I would say that, like watching the games that I've seen,
MVP.
MVP of the match tonight.
He's been playing incredibly well.
Followed very closely by Daniel King. If it wasn't for that last frame that he had.
Superleague. Yeah, he's at 4 out of 4. It's
Yeah.
5.
And he's overrun that shot massively. Commentator's curse. Commentator's curse.
Perfect song for him.
He's played that nice. He's played it nice.
Yeah, but that's just... I don't want to curse him anymore or jinx him.
He keeps saying that he doesn't belong in Super League, but
He absolutely does.
He's 100% should be.
He's an incredible player.
Once he gets belief in himself, he just had a boot camp in pool. You know, how many days of pool?
He also had Drill Sergeant Marchie. That was funny to listen to that time. Perfect.
Just methodical. Besides the queuing over the ball.
Oh, that scared the sh...
Oh, he definitely looked a bit shaky.
Perfect. Oh, that scared me. I thought he was going to like jar that and just rock it out. Oh my god.
Well done on the win, Jets. Looked like we might have a closer match there at the end, but pretty much got shut down. But good match. Good to watch. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, just want to say a final thank you to our sponsors for Super League. Advanced Auto Tune, who's our major sponsor for Super League. Nathan up at Wangara there, Advanced Auto Tune, for any of your mechanical or servicing needs. Ellenbrook Skip Bins, again, any wastage for your commercial use, best off to give them a call. And Red Earth Signage and Graphics, you know, they do all signages for businesses. They also do gifts and that sort of stuff as well if you need to. Mother's Day coming up.
Gifts.
Yeah, we do gifts. I mean, Red Earth Creations does gifts.
Yeah, we do gifts so much.
Yeah, Red Earth Creations does gifts. They do engraving, like laser engraving and that sort of thing as well. So there's a few different options there. So if you're trying to think of a Mother's Day option, you can get your mother a Yeti mug with a personal message on there, or you can also get like a chopping board, wooden chopping board, with a bit of a message on there for mum. So yeah, if you're thinking of some ideas, give Red Earth Creations a call. They can help you out in O'Connor. And last but definitely no means least, the Department of Sport and Rec, or local government, sport and cultural industries. Big thank you for your sponsorship and support for the W.A.E.B.F Federation. Thank you everyone for tonight, and sorry for being late, but hope you had a good time. Thanks, Brandon, for coming up and helping us out.
Yeah, no worries.
You did a great job, and I think everyone else in the comments will say the same thing.
Yeah, I was just terrified the whole time. Nah. It wasn't too bad towards the end.
No, all right. Thank you very much, and we are signing out. Cheers.